And today on the Tacomaholic channel, we install a hot tub in the bed.
It must be some kind of hot tub time machine.
Stick around and I'll show you how. Welcome back to the Tacomaholic channel, everybody. If this is your first time stopping by, go ahead and subscribe now so you're up to date on everything related to Tacomas. All right, guys, so as you can see, as I crawl in the bed here, see if I can do this without cracking my head on my bed rack, got a little bit of a drainage problem in my bed. I park at a slight, downward slope towards the front passenger side, as you can see. A little deeper on this side. Looks like it's about 3 or 4 inches and maybe 2 inches on this side. In case you did not know, I've got a bed mat here sort of covering everything, but I think there are 3 drain holes at the front of the bed, front meaning where it lines up with the cab, and obviously they are clogged. You can see it's spring, there's leaves falling and the pollen strands and all that stuff, so I'm just gonna make a video today. I'm just gonna widen the holes out a little bit. Really, this is one of those public service announcement videos, just so you guys can keep aware of it and know that there is a simple solution. I'm just gonna widen the drain holes just a little bit. Nothing super technical, nothing that's blowing your minds with an innovated mod. But obviously you don't want water pooling in your bed, especially this deep. You don't want it sloshing around where you're driving. It's certainly an eyesore. You can get all kinds of gunk, mold, algae, whatever to grow back here. And now that it's warmer, this is a breeding den for mosquito larvae, which none of us want. So let me go grab my tools and we'll get this taken care of. How's that shot in the reflection of the water? You can see I'm straddling the bed here like Van Damme in Bloodsport.
Hey, you better stop doing that stuff. You might want to have kids one of these days.
Good luck getting that image burned out of your head. Yeah, there's a drain hole right here in the middle, then one on each side. Obviously they're completely gum tucked. Go ahead and take the stick, swirl it around, and let this drain out, which might take a little while considering how deep it is. It is draining now. Not sure if you can actually hear that with the audio from the GoPro, but since I have tons of leaves and everything still in here, I'm just going to keep an eye on it. Because of course, any one of these leaves could just get sucked down onto the drain hole and plug it up. So this should take a few minutes. And there it is, draining out, splashing all over the place. Draining all over my drive shaft and everything under there. Pretty good flow, actually. So this is something, I guess, if you have a slow drain, it's going to be draining on your drive shaft, maybe a potential rust issue. So certainly want to keep this as dry as possible and make sure the bed can drain as efficiently as possible. At least it's washing away some of the remnants of the winter sand and salt they put in the parking lots where I live. Okay guys, got the water drained off. It's still pretty filthy. I went ahead and wiped down all 3 areas. I'm going to hose down everything after I drill the holes, but just wanted to show you. The factory holes are 5/16 of an inch diameter. I'm going to be using a step bit on my drill here and probably taking them up to 7/8 on this, which should be pretty good. Of course, if you get some kind of leaf or flower petal or whatever on that hole, it can still clog it up, but the chances of that happening after I widen the hole that much are going to be much lower, so hopefully that'll avoid this in the future or at least minimize it. So there is the first hole. Remember, this is the composite material, and when you cut it up, you can sort of smell it. It smells like epoxy or something like that. So it's sort of finely ground here, so if you're doing this on a windy day, make sure you're wearing eye protection and some kind of mask, just in case you don't want to breathe this stuff in. So there's the first hole. I'm going to go ahead and do the other 2 holes and get this finished up. There you go, got all 3 holes drilled. One quick thing to point out real quick for the middle hole and the passenger side or right hole. There is nothing below those, relatively speaking, so you're not in danger of actually drilling into anything. On the left side or driver's side, your gas tank is under here. Set the camera down, but I did measure it with a stick. You can see, if I put my finger right there, you got, I don't know, about 3 inches of clearance. So if you're using a step bit, that's fine because they're not even that long. But if you're using a longer regular drill bit, just be aware your gas tank is down there. Obviously, you don't want to drill into that. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything cleaned up and then get a little bit of paint around the inside of where I drilled. Again, this is a composite bed. I don't even think it would rust, but it's only going to take a couple seconds to put a little coat of black paint on there and clean it up, so why not?
One eternity later.
Alright, got everything cleaned off, relatively dry, except for that low corner over here where there's a little water pooling. Went ahead and used one of these paint touch-up pens. This one is black that I got when my truck was actually black before I wrapped it. And I went ahead and whipped out the brush there and went around each of the holes that I made. Again, not really just to keep it from rusting and corroding like that, because again, this is a composite bed. Don't think it's in too much danger of rusting or anything. Really just for aesthetics, just to blend it in. Even though I have my bed mat covering this anyway, it's the little things that count. There it is, everybody. Quick mod for your Tacoma to help it drain a little better. Went ahead and widened up these holes to 7/8 of an inch. They can still be blocked, of course, but the chances of that happening are much lower now. All right, everybody, and that was how to prevent your bed in your Tacoma from becoming a filthy, disgusting hot tub. I know, not exactly the type of video that's going to blow your socks off, but certainly useful. Go ahead and comment below, let me know what you thought of the video, and if you found it useful, and if you have had your bed clog up like this, either during the wintertime with snow melt, stuff like that, or just like during the change of seasons when the leaves and gunk, sticks from off-roading maybe, are clogging up those tiny factory holes. If this is your first time stopping by and you love everything related to Tacomas, go ahead and subscribe, give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and help me grow the channel by sharing this video on your social media with your friends. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video.